Hi, I'm Penny and this is my channel. So as you can probably see from the TV screen behind me, we picked up our Wii U yesterday, which is very exciting. It actually released here yesterday, so we couldn't actually get it before yesterday, but we picked up 4 games at launch: NINTENDOLAND, New Super Mario Bros. U, Assassin's Creed 3, and Zombie U. We haven't actually played the last 2 yet, Zombie U or Assassin's Creed, but we have spent a lot of time in NINTENDOLAND and New Super Mario Bros. And ideally today what I wanted to do was get my capture card set up to actually take proper footage of the games while I play, but I'm missing part of my capture card, so I can't actually do that. So I figured I'd do the second best thing, which is set up my camera here, have the screen behind me, and then I'll try and show you guys what I can on the gamepad as well, and hopefully there'll be no sort of issues with glaring or anything. Just repositioned the camera a bit so you can see most of the screen there. And then, yeah, I'll be playing on the gamepad mostly, and I think I'll try some on the Wii game controller as well. I'll try and just sort of hold it up every so often so you can see what's happening on the screen and the gamepad, but hopefully this will work out and you guys will get some enjoyment from this. So right now I was actually playing the Legend of Zelda minigame, and I think I'll probably just go ahead and restart that one now so you guys can see. I'm playing on the gamepad, which means I use the bow. If you play with a Wii remote, you actually control a sword and shield, which I found really enjoyable, but I'm actually enjoying the bow quite a bit as well, so I'll probably show both of them, but here we go with the bow first of all. Hopefully this works. This is the weirdest sort of video I've ever shot. Okay, so I'm with the gamepad. You start the game off with Z and LR. This'll work. This'll totally work. Okay. So with the gamepad, there's basically a couple of different things that we do. You can look around in 2 different ways. You can aim by actually moving the gamepad, or by just using the left stick. And then we also shoot just by flicking down the R stick. You can do a charge shot by holding it down for longer, but there's no time when they're that close. Well, these guys up here. Hold it down, charge shot. Oop, I didn't actually hit him. And you can generally take out these guys with 1 charge shot, which is pretty useful. This is the first level, the grasslands. All of these levels are based off actual Zelda levels. Oh, and reload by popping the screen down for a second. This guy's near me. See, if they're that close to you, you can sort of just fire 2 really quick shots and sort of just like make them stumble for a second. That actually helps. You've got 6 hearts down here, and these hearts, you can play this one with 4 people. 5 people actually, 4 Wii remotes and 1 gamepad. And the health is shared by everyone, which is good. It's good unless you're playing with someone who is not that they're not good, but maybe they haven't really played as much. It means that if someone else is sort of like not great at blocking with the sword and shield, the whole party sort of suffers, but that's good in that it's a co-op game. So, you know, you're supposed to work together and sort of try to help each other. There's some enemies like archers where the sword and shield players won't actually be able to get near them sometimes because it's actually on rails. You don't move the characters. So sometimes you'll be forced to like have the archer take out a certain group of people and sort of just like get the sword and shield players to block. We played it with 3 players last night. It's really fun actually having a whole group. I think I actually prefer having a whole group to playing solo, but solo's still fun. I think this is probably one of the more skill-based games on NINTENDOLAND. Not that it requires a huge amount of skill, but it's more skill and almost nearly story-based than a minigame, which is sort of like what a few of the other ones are. That's a life bird up there. If we can shoot it, we'll get a heart, but I have full hearts anyway, and I missed, so that's fine. And let's get that. So you can see just then I kind of waited way too long to actually shoot those guys. It's good. I'm still like getting used to the bow and arrow, but I'm finding that it's good to reload as much as you can. So you just like pop the screen down for a second and it refills the arrows. And I think this is our mini boss. I've played through about I think 7 of these levels. My only problem so far has been there's not a huge amount of variance in the enemy design, which is fair enough considering what it is. I mean, it's a good game, but it is like a mini game in Nintendo Land, so I couldn't really expect like a huge amount of variance and that kind of thing, but I found that a lot of the time it is the same sort of enemies. Some of the bosses are kind of different though and do have different attacking patterns, which is really interesting. It's fun. And look, we got the Triforce. I'm not sure how well you can see it there. But that is basically the Legend of Zelda Battle Quest game on Nintendo Land, played with a Wii gamepad. What I'll do now is grab my Wii Remote and we'll play with the Sword and Shield version, so hold on 2 seconds. I'm back with the Wii Remote this time to play through the second level of Battle Quest The Lost Woods. Hopefully it'll be easy enough to see. I've changed the lighting a bit and just made it easier to see in this room, so hopefully that helps a bit. Playing with the Sword and Shield this time, which is pretty fun. I think I enjoy it more than the bow, just because it's a bit more, don't need quite as much concentration or skill for it. But it's still, yeah, really fun. The most important thing, they didn't tell you this till halfway through you started playing, if you hold the sword up, or in any sort of direction, and keep it still, it'll charge a spin attack for you, which is very useful, take out multiple enemies at once. You also collect rupees while you play the game, which don't really stack or anything like that, but they do appear to sort of go towards your final score, and if you're playing in a group, the player who's got the most rupees at the end of the level holds the Triforce, which doesn't really mean anything, but it's just a little badge of honour. These are the archers, which can be kind of annoying as a Sword and Shield player, just because sometimes you won't actually be able to get up to them, which can be really frustrating. But they're not too bad when you can walk up to them. These guys, just be careful with the direction of their shields. I'm not good at the shield stuff, like I always have things going from the complete wrong direction. But it's not going too bad. We've got some archers up here. Just block both of them. See if we can take them both out with a spin attack. But I think they're too far away, yeah. And yeah, you can charge while you're walking into the next area and things like that, which is useful. And you walk around like a derp with your sword over your head. Derp. We've got some dudes up here. Also, your combos stack if you don't get hit or hit their shield, things like that. You get a little combo counter, which is good. Once again, doesn't really mean a lot, but just kind of stacks up at the end. You can see your statistics, see your highest combo. It's always nice. We've got all of those. One thing I've found is just be very, One thing I've found is just to be very distinct about the way you swing the remote. Otherwise, I was finding that I was hitting these guys' shields a lot because I was just sort of doing really small movements. If you kind of just move your whole wrist and do it properly, you do tend to hit the right side of them. But I've never been great at that kind of thing in Skyward Sword. I was always hitting shields. And if you're not sure if there's any more enemies around, you can just press A and see if it lets you select a new target. This is the Lost Woods level, so we're up to the Great Deku Tree now, and this boss guy. He's not too hard, it's just a lot of block. You can block this guy's attacks, which is not too bad, but you can also hit his shield, which will sort of open you up to be attacked. It's not too hard, especially if you've got multiple characters, because they tend to sort of go around different directions, so he'll be hitting one of them, and you can sort of wail on him from the other side. I think one of the times we fought a boss, he was attacking our archer, and me and the other sword player could just stand behind him and wail with the swords the entire time. There we go, he's down. You just see me like flailing the remote around. This looks so stupid in the corner of the screen, I just noticed that. Sorry how stupid that looked. I'm not a very adept swordsman, but we got the Triforce, so that's good. It's always good to get the Triforce. But that's pretty much the Legend of Zelda Battle Quest game on Nintendo Land. It's pretty fun, actually. I didn't have, like, high hopes for Nintendo Land, to be honest, but I'm actually enjoying it a lot more than I thought I would. Battle Quest is especially pretty fun, as is the Metroid game. Pikmin's pretty good as well, the co-op ones are my favourite by far. But yeah, that's Nintendo Land's Legend of Zelda Battle Quest game. I'll probably be back with more videos from Nintendo Land soon. Hopefully at some point I'll get my capture card situation sorted out and we can make much nicer videos, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and until then, I'll see you guys again soon. Bye!